Saturday, August 7th, 2021, Monaco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So the rumor is the Fed's going to meet over the weekend, emergency FOMC meeting, like they've had in the past when things are hitting the fan, like in '08, to cut rates and announce new QE last year. But now they have to raise rates because the economy is doing so well. Unemployment came out gangbusters yesterday. The unemployment rate dropped. We saw non-farm payroll do really well. We got stock market at all-time highs. We got the CPI running in the last 6 months at a 6.6% annual rate. We got, the economy is booming. So is that clickbait then? Was the title of this video clickbait? Partly it was. It was to get your attention if you don't follow my channel. I tweeted this out earlier today actually, and someone said, what's your source? And I said sarcasm, because it's truly outrageous that people buy into this farce of a monetary, financial, economic system that we have right now, with things supposedly going so well. Why rates are at almost 0%, why the Fed finds it necessary to buy 120 billion treasuries and mortgage-backed securities every month. I don't understand. Can you imagine when the economy slows down and the stock market corrects a little bit, how things are going to look? Yes, the 10-year yield went up, but we're still like below 1.3%. And I'm sure that will fall back in the coming weeks. Yes, there is no emergency meeting. Don't hold your breath. But it's interesting because yesterday, I do my videos in the morning, London time. Non-farm payroll comes out at 1:30 p.m. London. But yesterday, I wasn't glued to the computer screen. I wasn't watching the market in the afternoon. I actually went to play golf. I know some of you know that I play golf, but yesterday was a special day, and it made me put things into perspective because one of our golfing buddies passed away from a very rare blood condition similar to leukemia about 6 months ago. And his brother and his family organized a golf day, like a memorial for him. So I was playing golf yesterday, to celebrate my friend's life. And hopefully next year we'll have another one. So yeah, I was playing golf. It was a fairly nice day. We had some showers, but it was generally nice. It was windy. I played pretty well yesterday, didn't do that badly. And by the time we finished, it was around, I would say, 5:30. Took about 4 hours, not too bad, 4 hours pace of play. And then I took my smartphone, my iPhone, out of my golf bag, and I turned it off and turn the sound off while I play, because you don't want to disturb people. Some people don't turn off their phones, and you could be in the middle of your backswing and their phone rings, which is not good. So I checked the markets. I saw that gold and silver had gotten smashed, and I thought to myself, wow, it must have been a really strong jobs data. Must have been so much better than expected. So yes, when I got home, I had to look at the data, and I saw that non-farm payroll came out better than expected. Yes, it beat the expectation by about 70,000. It was expected 870. It came out 943,000. I saw the unemployment rate was expected 5.7 and dropped to 5.4. So yes, the economy is doing great. Why isn't the Fed doing something about it? Why are they waiting till 2023? What you need to understand, the reason why the Federal Reserve cannot afford to raise rates is not really because of the economy. it's partly because of the economy, because of course the economy has become like a spending machine based on credit, low-paying jobs, like a third world country, I would say. And I'm not like having a go at the US. It's the same thing here in the UK and some other European countries. It's because of Wall Street, the City of London, the big international banks, the hedge funds. All these people have become what we call in the UK, in England, they've become spivs. That's what Wall Street, the central bankers, the hedge funds, the City of London, the whole lot, they're spivs. And the head spiv, of course, is the Federal Reserve. So what is a spiv? Well, here's the definition. A man, typically a flashy dresser, who makes a living by disreputable dealings. So it fits right in there with central banks and also governments that work together with central banks and manipulate markets, disreputable dealings, right? Yes, it is frustrating that gold and silver were smashed for a number that was a little better than expected. I guess a lot of people are going to say, oh, bond yields rose. That's why gold went down. But, you know, bond yields have dropped from like 175 a few months ago. We're now below 130. So that's not a good excuse. It's because the spivs are in charge. So do you really want to play around or deal with spivs? I don't. And that's why I'm going to keep trying to accumulate as much physical gold and silver as possible. I'm going to try to get away from the game played by the spivs. That's who they are. And yesterday, I had some balance in my Glint card, and I bought a little bit of gold through my Glint card. Have a look at the Glint card. They keep your allocated physical gold in Zurich Airport. I think it's a Brinks private vault. And they give you a MasterCard that you might choose to spend your gold with. I try not to use it. I just keep the gold there. Maybe I might spend it sometimes, but rarely, because yes, I want to keep my gold. Yes, it's not in my possession, but I prefer physical gold, of course. Most of my holdings are physical gold and silver, but I think Glint is a good alternative. Some people like having alternatives and options. My promo code or referral code for Glint is MarioGlint79. You can find the details below in the description. So has anything really changed fundamentally, with the exception of a headline grabbing and market moving headline for the jobs yesterday? No. The Fed can't stop doing QE. The Fed's got a problem with the repo market. Uncle Sam is spending still like a drunken sailor. The Wall Street, City of London axis still has probably over a quadrillion of derivatives exposure. And if interest rates start rising, most of those derivatives are linked to interest rates. The whole system will implode, just like it almost did last year, just like it did in 2008. Frankly, there's a better chance of it snowing in Rio de Janeiro, the city, than the Federal Reserve raising interest rates anytime soon. So that's how I see things. Yes, I know a lot of people probably have been put off from having real money, physical gold and silver. Yes, people treat it like a trade, like a financial instrument, even though it's money, as JP Morgan said back in 1913 during the Peugeot hearings. When asked what gold was, he said, well, gold is money. Everything else is credit. So there you go. The other thing that was interesting this morning, I just got this in the post. There you go. Government, the biggest scam in history. It's a pictorial book by Etienne de la Boétie. That's his new nom de plume. Actually, he was interviewed, I think, by Charlie Robinson from Microaggressions, or is it Macroaggressions? Check Charlie Robinson out, and Etienne de la Boétie. They did a really good interview a few months ago. I have interviewed Charlie Robinson, and he contacted me, Etienne, because I referred his interview with Charlie Robinson to my viewers. I put a link to it, I think, in the video that I talked about it, and he thanked me for also retweeting it, and he sent that to me. It's very generous of him, and it's a very well done publication, as you can see. A lot of photos, everything. And I'm going to be looking at this weekend. It says, how intergenerational organized crime runs the government and media. So there you go. The spivs are in charge, right? So not far from what I said. And it's got these guys here in the back. There you go. I'm going to try to find a website with a link to this if you're interested in getting one. Yeah, so I'm going to be doing my Mike and Mario show today instead of yesterday. It's going to be live on Rethinking the Dollar at 5 p.m. London or midday Eastern time. And tomorrow, of course, I'll be doing my live stream at the usual time of 9 p.m. London or 4 p.m. Eastern time. So there you go. Yeah, strange day yesterday, of course, with the markets, with gold. But the most important thing for me yesterday was seeing my old friends, playing my golfing buddies' memorial. That puts things into perspective. And yes, we need to stick together, have a close-knit community, and not let these spivs get us down. So there you go. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Please share it far and wide. Think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't yet. And you can also follow me on Rumble, Twitter, Facebook, and all these other platforms below here. I wish you all a great Saturday. Take care. Bye.